The jungle was alive with strange sounds. Leaves glowed faint green in the dim light, and mist curled around the thick tree trunks. Alien scouts moved cautiously, their metallic boots barely making a sound on the soft ground, their scales reflected. The glow from the plants giving them an eerie shimmer. "This place, it feels wrong," one of them whispered, his voice shaking slightly. He was tall, with sharp claws and green scales that glinted under the floating lights. "Wrong. It's just a jungle," another replied, scanning the area with a device that emitted soft blue light. "We are the strongest here. Nothing can harm us." Yet as they moved deeper, strange tracks appeared before them, deep imprints in the soft ground, too precise and strong to belong to their kind. "Look at this," said the first alien, pointing with a claw. "These tracks, they are not ours. What made them?" The second alien bent over to examine them. "Impossible. There is nothing on record like this. It's human-like, maybe. But humans, they are myths, weak, tiny creatures that cannot survive here." Suddenly a low hum echoed through the trees. The aliens froze, their multi-eyed heads swiveled, trying to find the source. "Did you hear that?" whispered the first alien, a bead of sweat forming on his scaled forehead. "It's nothing. Probably the jungle. Plants or animals," the second replied, but his voice lacked confidence. The humming grew louder. Then the trees seemed to vibrate with an unseen energy. The scouts' devices began beeping frantically. Red lights flashed across their screens. "What is that?" the first alien shouted, his eyes wide with fear. "I've never seen anything like this." I don't know," the second admitted. "But it is big. Too big to be a creature. Maybe a machine." A sudden gust of wind shook the trees, and a faint metallic glint appeared far in the distance. The aliens squinted, unsure if their eyes were deceiving them. "That's impossible," whispered the first alien. "Nothing can be out there. Nothing alive. Nothing human." A shadow moved swiftly across the clearing. It was silent, but it carried a weight, a presence that made the aliens step back. "Wait, did you feel that?" said the second alien, stepping back, claws digging into the soft soil. "It's watching us." They glanced at each other, both feeling the first tremor of fear in their lives. Fear of humans was not written in their history, because humans were supposed to be extinct, mythical, weak. But now, something did not feel right. The humming grew louder, now accompanied by a low, vibrating pulse that made the ground tremble slightly. Their devices screamed warnings, lights flashing red, blue, and green. "We should retreat," the first alien said, voice trembling. "We cannot face this, whatever it is." "No," said the second alien, holding up a claw to stop him. "We are scouts. We cannot leave empty-handed. We need proof." A sudden movement near a massive tree startled them. A shadow darted across the clearing, larger than a human but too fast, too precise for any alien creature. What is that?" stammered the first alien. The second alien raised his scanning device higher. It looks like a human, but stronger, taller. Impossible." The pulse of the unknown presence grew. Small plants around the clearing shivered, and the mist parted as if an invisible hand pushed it aside. The aliens could feel the air pressing against them. Their hearts raced. "Humans are myths," the first alien shouted. "Nothing alive could do this." Suddenly, a holographic image projected from the ground. A massive ship, gleaming and dark, unlike anything the aliens had ever seen. Its engines glowed faintly, and symbols no one understood shimmered along its hull. The aliens stepped back, stunned into silence. This is a warship," the second alien whispered. How can it be here?" The first alien's voice shook. It must be humans. But why? They should be gone. Extinct." The warship's engines pulsed, sending waves through the jungle. The leaves rustled violently, and the red alerts on the alien devices screamed faster. A soft, mechanical hum filled the air, vibrating in their bones. "Retreat!" shouted the first alien. "We cannot fight this. We are not ready." The second alien hesitated, eyes wide with terror and curiosity. But scouts never leave. Without proof. What if this is a test? A sudden flash of light blinded them briefly. When they could see again, the clearing was empty. No warship, no shadow, only mist curling around the trees. They are gone," whispered the first alien. "But I can feel them, watching, always watching." The second alien shook his head. "We need to warn the others, the fleet. Humans are not myths. They are powerful, dangerous, more than we ever imagined." They ran back through the jungle, hearts pounding, claws slipping on wet leaves. Behind them, the faint hum returned, almost playful, as if the humans themselves were aware of every movement, every thought, every fear. As they reached the edge of the clearing, the first alien whispered, voice trembling, "If the legends were true, they were warnings. Never challenge humans. I think we just learned why." The second alien did not answer. His eyes stayed fixed on the distant mist, imagining the impossible, feeling the fear that humans could bring. The jungle seemed alive now, not with plants, not with animals, but with the unseen, unimaginable presence of something beyond their understanding. The scouts disappeared into the trees, but the memory of glowing eyes, metallic light, and the pulse of power would haunt them forever. They had expected myth, they had expected weakness. What they found instead was a force they could barely comprehend, a shadow that would change everything in the galaxy. And far above the jungle, unseen and silent, the human warship drifted, its sensors scanning, its systems waiting, as if it already knew that fear had taken root in the hearts of the aliens. The command center floated above the alien city like a jewel in the dark sky. Red and blue lights blinked across the walls, casting shadows on the armored aliens hurrying through narrow corridors. The scouts had returned, panting and trembling, their claws slick with sweat. "What did you see?" demanded the leader, his multi-eyed head swiveling nervously. His golden armor reflected the warning lights, making him look taller and more terrifying than he really was. The first scout stepped forward, shaking. It is not a myth. Humans, they are real, and they are powerful." "Powerful?" Another alien barked, disbelief in his voice. "Humans are extinct. They were weak. They cannot survive in the void, let alone here." "They are. Here," the scout said, his eyes wide with terror. "We saw a warship, huge, stronger than anything we have. Their presence, it shakes the jungle. Their machines. Our weapons do not work against them." The leader's claws clenched tightly. "Impossible! Show me the data." The scout handed over a small device. The holographic image flickered to life, showing the massive human warship, its dark hull glowing faintly, its engines pulsing like a heartbeat. The aliens around the room gasped. Some turned pale, scales paling as fear crept through their bodies. "This cannot be real," whispered one junior officer, voice trembling. "If humans are here, what do we do?" The leader's multi-eyes narrowed. "We send a fleet, we overwhelm them. This is our territory. Nothing can stop us." "But sir," the first scout said, trembling, "our weapons barely scratch them. Even our largest ships, they do not respond to attacks. The humans are different. Their strength, it is beyond anything we expected." A sudden alert cut through the room. The command center shuddered as sensors picked up multiple energy. Spikes, red lights flashed urgently. The leader froze. "What now?" one alien whispered, his voice small. The hologram flickered again. This time, tiny shapes moved around the warship, small, fast, and precise. They darted between alien patrols and machines, disabling equipment in seconds. "Move. Move fast before they see us," one alien muttered. "Our fleets, our numbers, they mean nothing here." The leader slammed a claw on the table. Impossible. Our fleets are the strongest in the sector. We have never failed. Humans cannot defeat us. Another scout, older and scarred, spoke quietly. Legends warned us. Never challenge humans. Escape is impossible. We mocked the story. Laughed at it, but now... He trailed off, shaking his head. The command center grew tense. Aliens whispered among themselves, fear spreading faster than any virus. Some wanted to retreat immediately. Others wanted to fight. But uncertainty had frozen their confidence. "I say we attack at once," snapped a young officer. "We cannot show fear. Fear is weakness." "Fear is truth," replied the elder scout calmly. "We cannot win with what we know. Humans are not like anything in the galaxy. If we fight them blindly, we will all die." A new alert went off. The sensors were picking up more energy spikes closer this time. The humans were not hiding. They were moving, observing, testing. Every pulse seemed precise, as if they knew exactly what the aliens planned. The leader turned pale. We may have underestimated them. How can this be? We have always been the rulers here. Humans are extinct. This is impossible. A loud bang shook the command center. One of the outer walls had cracked, small pieces of debris floating as the artificial gravity corrected itself. Alarms screamed as the aliens realized that their defenses were failing. "They are attacking!" one junior officer yelled. "But how? Our shields, they are untouched. Our fleet, no damage yet, but our systems are failing." The leader's multi-eyes darted to the hologram again. The humans were still unseen, yet their influence spread across the sensors. Every system they touched faltered. Every calculation they predicted. "We cannot run from them," the elder scout said softly. "But we cannot fight them either. Retreat! Perhaps survival is all we can hope for." The younger officer laughed nervously. "Retreat? And let the humans take everything? Never! We are strong, we fight, we win." "You will die if you fight," the elder scout said, voice steady but cold. "Do you not see it? Humans are precise. They are patient. They are not afraid." A pulse of energy swept through the room. Lights flickered. The aliens stumbled, their balance shaken. The leader gritted his teeth, realizing their ships could no longer function at full capacity. Panic spread like wildfire. "They are in our systems," the first scout shouted. "Everything we rely on, they control it. We cannot hide, we cannot fight, we cannot escape easily." The leader's voice cracked. "Then we call for reinforcements. All fleets, assemble, attack together, end this nightmare." The elder scout shook his head. "It is too late. They are already here everywhere, yet nowhere. They are not bound by our rules, by our expectations. Humans do not play by our rules." The command center fell silent for a moment. The red warning lights reflected on alien scales, showing fear in every face. Some crawled to consoles, frantically trying to regain control. Others stared at the hologram, frozen, imagining the impossible power moving silently in the jungle, waiting. The leader whispered, almost to himself, "Never challenge humans. The legends, they were warnings, and we have ignored them." Outside, the city trembled. Alien ships prepared for battle, but doubt had replaced courage. Every scout who had ventured into the jungle knew the truth. Humans were here. They were watching, and they were beyond comprehension. In the distance, a faint hum echoed through the void, growing steadily. Every pulse of light, every vibration, reminded the aliens of their smallness. Humans were not just strong, they were unstoppable, patient, and precise. And as the fleets hesitated, unsure of their next move, one thought filled every alien mind. If the humans wanted, the galaxy could be theirs, and escape would be impossible. The command center went quiet again, except for the soft beeping of warning sensors, each one a reminder that something unimaginable had arrived. The humans remained hidden, Yet every alien knew they were no longer legends, no longer myths. They were a force that could not be ignored. Outside the walls, in the dark jungle and the skies above, the humans observed silently their warship, drifting like a shadow over the alien city, waiting for the moment the fear turned into submission. The jungle grew thicker with every step the alien scouts took. Mist curled around giant trees, and strange glowing plants lit their path. The air was heavy, carrying an electric hum that seemed to vibrate inside their bones. Every alien claw that touched the soft soil trembled slightly. "I don't like this," one scout whispered, his multi-eyed head darting nervously from side to side. "The signals, they are closer, stronger. Whatever is here, it is waiting." "Waiting? For what?" asked the second alien, scanning the darkness with a device that emitted a soft blue light. "We should find it and destroy it before it finds us." The first scout shook his head. "Destroy it? Our weapons barely work, our sensors fail. I've never felt fear like this, and I've seen many battles." A sudden flicker of light made them freeze. Far ahead, between two massive trees, a glint of metal caught their eyes. The scouts exchanged a glance, both knowing what it could mean. "Could it be a human ship?" the second asked, voice trembling. The first scout swallowed hard. I think so. But that's impossible. Humans should not exist. Not here, not now, and yet, as they approached cautiously, the mist parted to reveal a massive human warship, partially hidden under the jungle canopy. Its dark hull gleamed, faint blue lines pulsing along the surface like veins of energy. The aliens stepped back instinctively, claws digging into the wet soil. "It's huge," whispered the first scout, "and silent, too silent." The second alien scanning device beeped frantically. "Our readings, they don't make sense. Our weapons, they cannot penetrate its hull. It is immune to everything we have." A low hum radiated from the ship, vibrating through the trees. Leaves shivered as if alive. The scouts froze, sensing eyes that were not visible, presence that was everywhere, and nowhere at once. "What should we do?" asked the first scout. His voice was small, almost childlike. "We observe, collect data," the second replied cautiously. "Do not approach. Do not alert it. If it senses us—" He trailed, off, shivering. A sudden flash of light swept across the jungle floor, and the scouts ducked instinctively. From the shadows, a figure appeared, human-shaped, tall, calm, dressed in a sleek uniform with faint glowing lines. The figure did not run or attack, it simply stood, observing. They are here," whispered the first scout. "Alive. Moving, watching us," the second scout's voice cracked. "How can they be so calm? Nothing we know moves like that. Nothing reacts with such precision." From the human warship, a small drone hovered silently, scanning the area. Every alien movement was recorded, every sound analyzed. The scouts realized then that the humans were not hiding. They were waiting, learning, planning. "This is beyond anything we imagined," muttered the first scout. "Their technology, their strategy, it is flawless. How can a species thought extinct be so strong?" The second scout's claws clenched tightly. "We should leave. Warn the fleets. We are not ready. We cannot fight this." "Leave!" hissed the first scout. "If we leave now, they will know we fear them. They are already aware, watching everything." A pulse of energy radiated from the warship, causing the surrounding plants to shiver violently. The scouts stumbled back, trying to maintain their balance. Their devices screamed warnings, lights flashing red and blue. The first scout whispered, voice shaking, We have underestimated them. Entirely. They are not just strong, they are precise, patient, everywhere at once." The second scout nodded slowly. The legends, the warnings, never challenge humans. Escape is impossible. I thought it was exaggeration. I was wrong. We are fools. From inside the shadows, another human figure appeared, moving without a sound. The scouts froze, unsure whether to run or stay. The humans stopped a few meters away, their eyes calm but piercing, analyzing every detail. "You don't need to attack," said the human quietly, voice clear and firm. "We know you are here. We know your intentions. And yet, you continue to observe," the first scout hissed. How do they speak without moving?" "They are not like us," whispered the second scout. "They do not act by instinct. Every movement, every thought calculated, perfect, dangerous." A soft vibration spread from the ship again. The scouts felt it in their bones, an invisible weight pressing down, reminding them of their weakness. The humans had power, strategy, and patience in ways the aliens could not imagine. "We must return," the first scout said finally, voice trembling. "We must warn the fleets. We cannot fight them. We can barely survive seeing them." The second scout hesitated. "If we retreat, they will know. They are already aware of everything. Perhaps retreat is the only chance we have. Survival is the goal now." As they began to back away slowly, a flicker of light from the ship made them stop. The humans were watching, almost as if reading their minds. Every step the aliens took seemed anticipated. I never believed the stories," said the first scout softly. "Humans were supposed to be myths, legends to scare young scouts. But now I understand. Escape from them is impossible. Not because they are cruel, but because they are perfect hunters, precise, unstoppable." The second scout nodded, swallowing hard. "We have seen only a shadow of their power, and yet it terrifies us. Entire fleets, entire cities could fall if they wanted. We cannot imagine their full strength." A low hum filled the jungle again. The warship seemed to pulse with life, as if breathing slowly, patiently, waiting. The scouts realized something terrifying. The humans were not just in the jungle. They owned it, controlled it, even if the aliens could not see all of them. The first scout whispered to the second, voice shaking, "We must survive at all costs. Return to the city. Warn the fleets. Humans. Humans are not myths. They are the real threat, the unstoppable force, and they are here." The second scout nodded silently. Behind them, the mist seemed to part slightly, revealing the sleek lines of the human warship, calm, silent, and powerful. The scouts moved carefully, every step measured, but fear had rooted itself deep in their hearts, and far above the jungle the humans observed without moving, their warship drifting like a shadow over the forest, waiting, knowing, and ensuring that the aliens understood one truth clearly: they were not legends. They were real, they were powerful, and escape was impossible. The alien patrol moved cautiously through the thick jungle, their claws sinking into the wet soil. Mist clung to their scaled bodies, and every glowing plant seemed to watch them. The first scout, heart-pounding, scanned the area with trembling. "Hands! Stay alert," he whispered. "They could be anywhere, watching, waiting." The second scout nodded, voice tight. "I don't like this. The humans, they are not just hiding. They are controlling the jungle itself. Every movement we make, every sound, they know." A soft hum vibrated through the trees. The aliens froze. Their scanning devices beeped violently, warning them of nearby energy spikes. "Do you feel that?" the first scout asked, voice barely audible. "It's them. They are here." Suddenly, a sharp flash of light cut through the mist. The aliens ducked instinctively, but it was too late. Small, sleek ships darted silently from the shadows above, moving faster than the eye could follow. They struck with precision, disabling alien patrol drones before anyone could react. What is that?" the second scout shouted. "Our defenses, they are useless." One of the young aliens panicked, claws shaking. "Run! Retreat! We are trapped!" The first scout grabbed him by the shoulder. "No, stay calm. We must observe. We must survive." But observation was no longer enough. From the trees, human figures appeared, moving silently and deliberately. Their uniforms glowed faintly, showing their rank and readiness. Each step they took was precise, every movement deliberate, almost mechanical, yet fluid. They are everywhere," whispered the first scout. "How can one species move like this? How can they be so perfect?" The humans used tools that emitted soft pulses, disabling alien weapons from a distance. A large alien walker stumbled as its systems shut down, leaving it useless. Others tried to fire, but the lasers fizzled, their energy drained before leaving. "The barrels. We cannot fight them," muttered the second scout, backing away slowly. "Every attack fails. Every move. They anticipate." A human spoke quietly, voice calm and confident. "You cannot escape. You cannot win. Every choice you make, we know. Every path you take, we predict." The aliens froze. The voice came without a figure visible at first, echoing across the jungle. Then, slowly, a tall human stepped from the mist, calm, almost statuesque, rifle held loosely in their hands, eyes scanning the surrounding trees. How do they know where we are?" whispered the first scout, shaking. "They are precise," the second scout said softly. "Everything they do is calculated. Our numbers, our fleet, none of it matters here." Another pulse of energy rippled through the ground. Alien ships hovering above lost control, falling to the jungle floor with sparks and smoke. The humans moved between them with ease, dismantling machines without a sound. This is impossible," cried one alien officer, throwing his claws in frustration. "We are strong. We are the rulers of this sector. How can a species thought extinct defeat us so easily?" The first scout shook his head, voice trembling. "It is not strength they use. It is strategy, patience, precision. They are beyond us." From the sky, a human drone hovered silently, scanning the area. It released a small pulse that disabled a patrol unit instantly. Aliens screamed in frustration, realizing their machines could not touch the humans. "They are not fighting like we know fighting," muttered the second scout. It's something else, something different. They are calm yet deadly. They do not rush. They wait, then act." The first scout swallowed hard. "We need to warn the command center, warn the fleets. If the humans are here, if they move like this, they could destroy entire cities." Suddenly, a human moved closer, eyes locking onto the aliens. "You are observing us," the human said softly, almost kindly. "Curiosity is natural, but survival is wise. Leave now, or stay and face the consequences." The aliens hesitated. The jungle seemed to shift around them, as if responding to the humans' presence. The mist thickened, the plants bent slightly, and the hum of energy pulsed through the ground. Fear gripped them like a living thing. "We cannot fight them," the first scout said finally, voice low. "We can barely survive just seeing them. Retreat is the only option." The second scout nodded slowly. "Retreat. Warn the fleets. Tell them humans are not myths. They are not weak. They are unstoppable." As they began to back away, more humans appeared, silently moving through the trees. Each step was measured, precise, efficient. Their rifles glowed faintly, scanning the area. Every alien movement was anticipated, every hesitation noticed. The first scout whispered, voice shaking, "Legends warned us, never challenge humans. Escape is impossible. I think I finally understand why." The second scout shivered. "We mocked the stories, laughed at them, but now we are the fools." A soft pulse from the warship above made the leaves tremble violently. The aliens stumbled, scrambling to maintain their footing. The humans did not chase. They did not shout. They simply moved silently, dismantling alien tech, observing, controlling, waiting. The first scout whispered again, voice barely audible. "If they wanted, they could wipe us all out. Not because they are cruel, but because they are precise, perfect, unstoppable. Behind them, alien machinery sparked and failed. Their patrol drones fell silent, and the air hummed with energy. The humans remained calm, watching, waiting, making it clear that they did not need to act fully to show dominance. "We have survived. Barely," said the second scout, voice trembling. "But the humans, they are everywhere, yet invisible. They control everything without leaving a trace. We are not ready. We cannot fight this." The first scout glanced back at the humans, tall, calm, precise, as the mist curled around them like shadows. "We have seen only a shadow of their power, and yet it terrifies me. The galaxy, entire fleets that could fall if they wanted. Escape is impossible." They turned and ran, claws slipping on wet soil, hearts pounding, minds racing. Behind them, the jungle remained eerily calm. The humans did not pursue immediately. They did not need to. Fear had already taken root, and observation alone had reminded the aliens of their place in the galaxy. The patrol stumbled back toward the command center, leaving behind fallen machinery and scattered drones. Every alien knew the same truth. Humans were not myths. Humans were not weak. They were unstoppable, precise, and already in control. Above the jungle, the warship drifted silently, a shadow in the mist, waiting for the next moment, ensuring that every alien understood the cost of defiance. The alien command center was tense. Red warning lights flashed across the walls, casting long shadows on the armored aliens hurrying through the corridors. Their scales were pale with fear, and every step echoed in the cavernous room. We cannot fight them," whispered one scout, claws trembling as he looked at the flickering holograms. "Every patrol we sent, disabled, every drone, destroyed. We cannot touch them." The leader turned, multi-eyed head swaying nervously. "Then we retreat? Abandon the sector? That cannot happen. We are strong. We are the rulers." "You are strong, yes," said the elder scout, voice steady but calm. "But the humans are not like us. They do not act by instinct. They calculate. They wait. And they are patient." A sudden alert sounded across the command center. Sensors had picked up energy spikes across the jungle, moving toward the outer fleets. The leader's eyes widened. "What now?" "They are scanning the fleets," whispered the first scout. "Every ship, every weapon, everything we rely on. They see it, they know it. And if they wanted—" He paused, trembling. "Entire fleets could be destroyed in moments." The leader banged his claw on the table, sending sparks flying. "Then we send a warning. Every fleet must retreat. Every patrol must regroup. We cannot face this alone." The elder scout shook his head. "Warnings are risky. Humans can intercept. They control the battlefield, even from a distance. If they detect our message—" He swallowed hard. "It may be too late, but desperation left them no choice." A team of aliens hurried to the communication hub, their claws moving frantically over controls. Holographic messages were sent, signals broadcast across the galaxy, pleading with every fleet to flee. One junior officer muttered nervously, Do they even know we are sending this? Can humans stop it?" "They probably know," the elder scout said softly. "They know everything. We only hope they allow the message to reach others. Sometimes survival requires faith in chance." Outside, the center alien ships prepared to jump into hyperspace, but their movements were sluggish, delayed by interference. Systems flickered as if the jungle itself resisted their escape. The humans' presence was not just nearby, it was everywhere. Their influence spread through air, ground, and machines alike. "Command," said the first scout, eyes wide. "The humans, they are moving faster than we can track. Patrols are reporting. Everything fails. Weapons, shields. Nothing works. They are ghosts, but real. Alive and controlling everything." The leader's eyes narrowed, but fear crept in. "Impossible. Humans are extinct. Legends. Myths. They cannot exist." "They exist," the elder scout said softly. "And we have seen only a shadow of their strength. Entire planets, entire fleets could fall if they wanted. They are precise, calculated, unstoppable." Suddenly, a pulse of light rippled through the command center. Screens flickered, and holograms distorted. Every alien froze, sensing the human's presence closer than ever. The hum of energy, low and constant, seemed to vibrate inside their bones. "They are inside our systems," whispered the first scout. "Every calculation, every movement. They know. We cannot hide, we cannot fight. We can barely survive seeing them." A human voice echoed through the command center, calm, firm, precise. "Your fleets cannot escape. Your weapons cannot harm us. You may try, but we control every step, every path, every outcome." The aliens spun around, searching for the source, but no human appeared. The voice came from everywhere at once. Every console, every monitor, every sensor projected the words clearly. The leader's claws shook with rage and fear. "They know us, they know everything," he hissed. "We must flee, every fleet. Retreat, abandon everything." The elder scout nodded slowly. "It may not be enough. Even if they retreat, humans are already in control. They are patient, they do not rush, they wait. And they strike when we are weakest." Outside, alien ships attempted to jump, but systems malfunctioned. Engines sputtered, shields flickered, and navigation controls failed intermittently. The humans had not even appeared fully, yet their influence was absolute. A junior officer screamed, "They are everywhere, even in our machines. Escape is impossible." The first scout whispered, voice trembling, "Legends warned us, never challenge humans. Escape is impossible. I understand. Now." We mocked the stories, but the stories were truth. A soft vibration spread across the city, subtle but undeniable. The hum of energy pulsed from the jungle, the skies, the forests, as if humans were controlling the very world itself. Every alien knew instinctively the humans could strike at any moment, anywhere, and there would be no warning. The leader sank to his knees, multi-eyed head swaying. We may survive barely, but the humans, they are everywhere, yet invisible. They control everything without leaving a trace. How can we defeat them?" the elder scout whispered, voice calm but chilling. "We cannot. Not yet. We have seen only a shadow of their power. Even now, fleets may survive if they retreat, but the humans, they are patient, they are precise, and they do not forget." Outside the command center, the jungle remained eerily quiet. Alien patrols had vanished, weapons fell silent and machines failed. The humans had not even moved fully, yet every alien in the city felt their presence, their control, their absolute dominance. The first scout whispered again, voice low. "If they wanted, they could destroy entire fleets, entire planets, not because they are cruel, but because they are precise, perfect, unstoppable." The command center went silent, except for the faint beeping of systems struggling to function. Every alien knew the truth. Humans were not myths. Humans were real. Humans were powerful beyond imagination. And escape was impossible. From the jungle and skies above, the humans observed silently, their warship drifting like a shadow. Over the alien city, they did not need to move. They did not need to attack. Observation alone had sent fear through every alien mind. The elder scout finally spoke, voice almost a whisper. "We have sent the warning, but it may be too late. Humans are patient. They wait. And when they strike fully, survival is not guaranteed." The first scout swallowed hard, shivering. "We have learned the truth. Legends warned us. Never challenge humans. Escape is impossible. And now the galaxy knows it too." Outside, the warship remained, silent and powerful. A constant reminder, humans were not just strong, not just clever, they were unstoppable. The jungle lay quiet, almost unnaturally so. Alien fleets hovered at the edge of the trees, their engines sputtering, systems failing, and pilots unsure where to move. The scouts who had survived the first encounters trembled, whispering to each other as they tried to make sense of what they had seen. They are here, the first scout whispered, voice shaking. Not just one, but everywhere, watching, waiting, controlling everything. The second scout's multi-eyed head turned slowly, scanning the dense canopy. Our weapons fail, our fleets, our strongest ships. Nothing works. They do not hide. They do not attack recklessly. And yet, we cannot escape. A low pulse of energy radiated through the ground, vibrating in their claws and bones. The mist parted slightly, revealing the sleek lines of a human warship hovering silently above the jungle. Its hull glowed faintly, the lines pulsing like veins of power. They control the jungle itself, the first scout muttered. Even the plants, the mist, everything bends to them. It is terrifying. A soft hum grew into a steady vibration. The scouts realized that it was not just the warship. They could feel humans everywhere. Figures moved silently through. The trees, tall, calm, precise. Their uniforms glowed faintly, their eyes sharp and focused. Yet there was no hurry, no fear, no hesitation. One scout swallowed hard. They are perfect. Every movement, every thought, every calculation. We are nothing compared to them. A voice echoed across the clearing, calm and commanding. You have seen our power, you have felt it, and yet we give you a choice. Leave, retreat, survive, or stay, and face the consequences. The leader of the alien fleet hissed in disbelief. This cannot be. Humans are myths. They cannot speak to us across the battlefield. They are real, the elder scout said softly, his voice shaking. And they are patient. We have seen only a shadow of their strength. Entire fleets, entire cities, could fall in moments. The warship above shifted slightly, and small drones descended silently, hovering around the alien ships. Energy pulses emitted from the drones, instantly disabling engines and weapons. The aliens realized they could not flee, could not fight, and could barely survive. They control everything, shouted a junior officer, claws shaking. Even our ships, our weapons, nothing works. The humans moved with deliberate calm. One stepped forward, rifle held loosely, scanning every movement. Another adjusted a device that sent a soft pulse through the jungle, disabling communications. The aliens tried to coordinate, but every order, every plan was anticipated and neutralized. Before it could be carried out, the first scout whispered to the second, voice trembling, legends, warnings. Never challenge humans. I understand now. Escape is impossible. From above, the warship emitted a low hum. The alien leader's claws clenched in anger and fear. We are strong. We are rulers. How can one species extinct do this to us? The elder scout shook his head slowly. Not strength, not numbers, precision, patience, strategy. They are unstoppable. And they are humans. A bright pulse of energy swept over the clearing. Alien ships faltered, weapons fell silent, and machinery failed. The humans did not rush, did not attack recklessly. They merely observed, controlled, and demonstrated their dominance through perfect precision. One human finally spoke, voice calm and firm. You are witnessing only the surface. We could destroy your fleets, your cities, and yet we offer a choice. Retreat, survive, and remember this lesson. Or remain, and you will learn the cost of defiance. The alien leader shook violently, knowing that any resistance was useless. We have never faced anything like this, he muttered. Entire fleets, entire sectors. They could fall to humans alone. Impossible. Yet here they are. The scouts exchanged nervous glances. "We have survived." "Barely," the first whispered. "But the humans, they are everywhere. Silent, invisible, precise, patient, and they will not forget." The mist shifted, and the humans revealed their warship fully. Its size was enormous, engines glowing faintly. Drones swarmed around it like protective swarms, scanning every alien movement. The scouts realized then that the humans' presence was absolute. There was no corner of the jungle, no fleet, no machine beyond their influence. "They are not attacking fully," said the second scout, voice shaking. "They do not need to. Observation alone is enough. Fear, submission, it spreads faster than any weapon." The leader of the fleet's multi-eyed head swiveled nervously. "We cannot fight. We cannot flee. We are trapped by mere presence, by patience, by precision. Humans are gods among us." The humans remained silent, yet every pulse, every movement, every drone conveyed a single undeniable message. The galaxy belonged to them, and defiance came at a cost too great to imagine. The elder scout whispered almost to himself, "Legends warned us. Never challenge humans. Escape is impossible. We mocked it. We were fools. And now the galaxy knows the truth." The first scout nodded slowly, watching the humans with wide eyes. If they wanted fleets, planets, civilizations, they could destroy everything. Not out of malice, but precision, perfect, unstoppable. Humans are something beyond imagination. The jungle remained eerily still. Alien ships twitched, some drifting powerless, as humans moved calmly and efficiently through the trees, silently, everywhere at once. The scouts knew that even those who escaped would never forget what they had seen. A final pulse radiated from the warship, vibrating through the soil, the trees, and the sky. The humans did not need to attack fully. The message was clear. Resistance was futile. The alien leader sank to his knees, shaking. We are nothing compared to them. We cannot escape. We cannot fight. They are unstoppable." The first scout whispered one last time, voice low and fearful. "Humans are real. Humans are powerful. And they will never let us forget it." Above the jungle, the human warship drifted silently, a shadow of calm dominance. Its engines pulsed faintly, and drones scanned the area with perfect precision. The humans had revealed themselves fully, not with violence but with absolute control. Every alien who survived would remember the legends were true. Escape was impossible, and the galaxy had learned, in one terrifying moment, that humans were not just strong, they were precise, patient, unstoppable, and forever dominant.